Shall we start, Mr. Muiz? Ke macam mana?
Boleh, kita boleh.
Boleh? I'm waiting for your cue.
Alright, ya. Puan Siti. Siti ada?
Ya, Muiz. Boleh. I will actually call for the rest lah yang belum masuk tu. Mungkin on the way kot.
Boleh. Yang gemuk. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
Let's start our program today with Al-Fatihah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin arrahmanirrahim maliki yaumiddin. Astagfirullah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'il mursalin wa ala alihi washabbihi ajma'in. Allahumma innaka khalaq al-mursalin wa ala alihi washabbihi ajma'in. Allahumma innaka khalaq al-azim. Innaka sami'un alim, innaka ghafurur rahim, innaka rabbul arsyil azim, innaka al-barrul jawadul karim. Ya Allah, Engkaulah yang mempunyai segala kepujian, Engkaulah yang berhak menerima segala kepujian, Engkaulah yang berhak menerima segala kesyukuran, Engkaulah yang memiliki segala pemerintahan. Di tangan Engkau segala kebajikan, kepada Engkaulah segala, kembalikan segala urusan. Allahumma ya Karimu ya Rahim. Cucuri rahmat dan rahimmu ke atas majlis dan juga program Teknologi Innovation and Communication yang diadakan pada hari ini, dan berkatilah ia dari awal hingga akhir. Ya fa'al lima yurid. Kami juga memohon perlindungan daripadamu dari segala perkara yang boleh mencacat celakan majlis kami, dan daripada segala perkara yang melalaikan kami dari berbuat taat kepadamu. Kepadamu jugalah kami serahkan segala urusan. Rabbana alaika tawakkalna wa alaika anabna wa ilaikal masir. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azaban nar. Sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi washabbihi wasallam. Walhamdulillahirabbil alamin. First of all, thank you so much to Dr. Ahmad, all secretariat from KUIS and maybe from KUIS cell, from Unicell, and of course thank you so much for all participants today. If you must know, there's two motivation for me to always searching for new knowledge, to upgrade my knowledge. The first thing is because if you stop searching or upgrade your knowledge, you will be stagnant, dan you akan berada di tempat yang sama, then everybody will leave you. Okay. The second one is majlis ilmu like this one. Okay, in majlis ilmu, there's always a time for you to pray, because majlis ilmu is one of path, a close path to heaven, dan jalan yang paling dekat lah untuk ke syurga. Jadi this is one of majlis ilmu yang ulama selalu pesan pada kita, untuk Rasulullah pun pesan pada kita supaya kita take this opportunity to pray a lot in all majlis ilmu, because malaikat akan memayungi majlis ilmu, dan pada ketika itulah kita akan berdoa. Jadi in all my training, I will advise or I will share this information to my students so that they know this is the moment that you need to take part and pray hard. Doa supaya apa yang kita nak insya-Allah akan dimakbulkan. Ini adalah antara jalan-jalan dia. So don't stop learning or searching for new knowledge. Okay, so I think that's all for me. So I will pass this session to Dr. Ahmad, and Dr. Ahmad will explain a lot of things about knowledge in communication and of course innovation, so that you will get a new experience or new knowledge about this particular session or this particular programs. Okay, so I pass this session to you, Dr. Ahmad. So all the best to all our students. Thank you so much.
Jazakallah khair, Mr. Muiz. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. appears that some of you are up and running. Some of you are still probably munching on early morning breakfast. Some of you are still struggling to stay awake. Understandable. Now, all participants, would you mind turning on your cameras, please? Everybody, please turn on your cameras. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Dear Lord, please make it easy for my speech to actually get through to the hearts and minds of the participants. Hopefully they will hear my call and turn on their cameras to begin with. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Srina, Mr. Ashraf, Mr. Haziq, Mr. Nazir, Ms. Nazira, Mr. Ammar, Mr. Aiman. Yeah, Mr. Muhammad Aiman. Oh, we have two Aimans today. Yes, Mr. Muhammad, Ms. Shahida, Ms. Sharifah, Ms. Alia, Mr. Amirul Islam, our second Mr. Aiman, Mr. Nabil. Let me see now. Right. The other participants we have yet. Mr. Hamdi Khalis. Are you there, Mr. Hamdi Khalis? Mr. Khairul Mustaqim. Are you there? Are you there? Miss Aisha?
Yeah.
So it's okay, Mr. Haziq, you must take care of your hair. Yeah, whenever you have it. Look what happened to me. Yeah. Allah gives us and Allah takes away. Everything is just temporary. Semuanya hanya sementara. So we have to actually work very hard on this face of the earth, not only as Khalifah, but we must bring value. We must bring value to the people around us. Now, bearing in mind that is why we have to do the TICC program. Yeah, because what we have found in the past couple of years, students, undergraduates, graduates, postgraduates doing all sorts of very good work, very good research in the university. But how many of you have heard programs or those kind of projects get to the end user, get to the market? Somebody use the research. Oh, by the way, you can please turn on your microphones so that you can easily just interject, just chuck ideas. Yeah, so please turn on your microphones. Unless you're at a kampung and then there's a lot of noise in the background, you know, you have chickens, you have ducks, you have cows mooing in the background. Okay lah, don't turn on your microphone. Otherwise, please turn on your microphones as well. Mr. Hamdi Khalis, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so later you will, hang on, I have to double check. This is our participant, Mr. Hamdi Khalis, or our trainer, Hamdi Khalis?
I'm the trainer.
Alhamdulillah, good of you to join us so early. We have Dr. Jacinda. Thank you, Dr. Jacinda, for joining us. Yeah. Miss Aisha Amirah, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? You can turn on your microphones, people, so that you can ask any questions directly.
I'm also the trainer, Dr. Ahmad.
Oh, my apologies.
It's okay.
So okay, that means we don't have everybody here yet lah. Not all the participants are on board. Okay, tak apa. So to begin with, I need to actually explain to you why we are doing this. Yeah, so that you have a clear picture. Oh, that's why. This is why Selangor. By the way, Selangor is the main funder of Unicel. You know that, right? Unicel is wholly owned by Selangor. Do you? Okay, some of you are this and some of you are blank. Huh? Yeah, good. You get to your final year without realizing that. Okay, tak apa. Now you know. Yeah. Okay. Now, and if you have any questions, but you are shy to actually ask via your microphone, please feel free to type. So first, allow me to actually share my screen. I wonder see whether Mr. Okay, I will need Mr. Muiz to allow me to share my screen, or the host to share my screen, so I can give you a quick lowdown as to what's happening. Yes. So hang on. The host allows me to share my screen. Are we still? So Jim Muiz, how? Okay. I'm still not allowed to share my screen. Are we waiting for the host?
Dr. Ahmad.
Yes. Can the host allow me to share my screen, please?
Right.
Alhamdulillah. Yes, it's clear now. So I hope everybody can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Now you can turn on your microphone. Tell me, can you see my screen, kah? Nampak
Yes.
kah? Alhamdulillah.
Yes,
Everybody,
sir.
our best. Amma, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Asrina, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Haziq?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Aim, can you see my screen?
Yes, I see.
Okay. The other Aiman, Allahu Akbar. Sorry, Aiman with the cap.
Yes,
Can you see
sir.
my screen? Okay,
Yeah,
thank you. Please don't call me sir. I have not been knighted by the Queen. Belum lagi. Okay, so let me just run through these particular slides. Now, let me know if you cannot see the slides, the screen. Yeah. So here is a executive summary. It requires you to read, kan? So alamak pagi-pagi ni Dr. Rahmat suruh kita baca pula. It's okay, you don't have to read the whole thing. I want you to focus on the center paragraph. Take a look at what we have found in the past couple of years. What we have found is that a lot of technology graduates are unable to get buy-in from industry. Remember, after you graduate, you want to go into industry, right? You want to get jobs or you want to set up your own business. Here's the problem. It's not just undergrads, postgrads face the same problem. And if you ask your lecturers, they will also tell you, actually kita orang pun ada masalah juga. Okay, tak apa. That's okay. But this is a generic problem and it's well known. So graduates are unable to get buy-in because you don't understand how to communicate in the industry domain. Our program that is funded by the Selangor State, I want to make it clear, funded by the Selangor State aims to make sure that you get that understanding. So you have an idea, oh, that's what I need to do. The bigger challenge now with the pandemic, you have to prepare your screen to get the message across. So that's the additional knowledge skill set that we deliver. Because according to your responses to the survey, remember your survey tak? Remember your survey? It's okay, you can leave your microphones on. Muhammad Muaz, you remember the survey, what answer you gave in the survey? When asked, why do you want to join TICC? Remember that? Oh, Muhammad Muaz. Ya, akhi.
I remember.
You do? Okay, so tak apa. I would not have to read it afterwards. Oh, please leave your microphones on, Leave your microphones on. It's okay, leave your microphones on. Yeah, macam tu. Syahidah, you can leave your microphone on. So if you take a look at this, do not understand, graduates struggle with this. So what does that mean? That means your ideas are stuck. Your ideas are stuck. It's stuck in the innovation, known as innovation valley of death. Your idea becomes difficult to sell. Yes, because you sell it as from an academic perspective. Don't misunderstand, you need to know how to sell to academicians. You need to be able to pitch, or rather you need to be able to present to academicians. But industry, you also need to have that skill. You have to shift your ability. That's the idea. Yeah. And through this particular program, one thing, we will make you understand the overall innovation value chain. It's a chain, though. It's a chain. It starts and then it ends. It starts and then it ends. And there are phases. We are going to focus on the idea championing. Mencanang idea. You have done problem identification. You have done idea generation. You have become very creative in coming up with your projects. Now, you have to champion your ideas so that you can get resources so that you can implement those ideas. Does that make sense, tak? Ashraf, does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Alhamdulillah. Ashraf Sudin? Ya, sengih aja Ashraf. It's okay. Dah mandi ke Ashraf? Ashraf Sudin, sorry. Right. So you need to get resources so you can implement your ideas. This is the challenge. This is the challenge. If you're not able to do this, you can't get your ideas to the market. But if you're able to do this, inshallah, you're able to add value to the people around you. And that is one of the things we have to do as human beings. Tanggungjawab kita diturunkan atas muka bumi ini tambah nilai, bukan merosakkan. Kita tambah nilai. Yeah? And each and every one of you have done a project that has value. Our job here at the end of these 9 days is to get that value to the end. Okay. Now, why this program? Because as I mentioned, we have had a lot of experience reskilling graduates for high value jobs. I used to be in a company known as Strand Aerospace. We used to do the aerospace industry immersion program. So what we do is we take graduates from various skill set, IT, technology, ICT, engineering, finance, all sorts, and we reskill them for high value industries. And what we found was that techies struggle to get buy-in for ideas. Struggle because you talk from a pure engineering or technical perspective. So through this program, at the end of these 9 days, you will at least understand how do you actually get the message across to the audience, and how do you measure whether you are getting the message across. Because if you talk, nobody, people listen, people hear, but they don't listen. And if they don't listen, they don't process. If they don't process, they will say, I don't want to waste my time lah. I go listen to something else lah. We want to avoid that, yeah? So that is why we have this particular program. So allow me to stop sharing this screen and share another screen. To get there, what we have to do is this. This is the schedule, yeah, for your reference, the schedule. If you take a look at the schedule, let me zoom in slightly. So schedule. So today we're starting now. Hopefully we can finish by 9:10. Good, inshallah. So right now a briefing. So this is me giving you a briefing to make you understand, okay, what exactly will you undergo? After this, a technical seminar. We need each and every one of you to give a short presentation on your final year project, and then we'll have Q&A. Everything will be online. Your mentors will be observing you. Your mentors might even ask some questions. Yeah. And there will be 2 mentor rooms. I think by now you should have your division. Yeah. After this, which room you will go to, either mentor room 1 or mentor room 2. And we will continue that all the way till the afternoon. Yeah. We'll do that till the afternoon. So you give that particular short presentation. It doesn't have to be long. As a matter of fact, industry does not want very lengthy presentations. They are not assessing you as academicians. It's different. Yeah, academicians, yes, they need to actually be sure that, yes, you know what you're talking about. Industry, they need to find out from you what exactly is the value to deliver to me. Is it worth my time to listen? Yes, so we ask each and every one of you to give a very short presentation and then Q&A. After that, after lunch, we'll talk about what is innovation. Oh, hang on, I missed that. What is innovation? What is innovation? What isn't innovation? Why is it important? And why the understanding of innovation business model is necessary. It says here to address VUCA. VUCA. Menatang apa VUCA tu? Yeah? We'll explain. And you need to understand this so that when you pitch your technical ideas, you have this at the back of your mind. You have this aim at the back of your mind. You know, okay, this is why I do this. Instead of just pitching, I pitch this because I want to pass my undergrad years to get my degree. Setakat itu je, alamak. No. Each and every one of you have contributed, have worked hard towards your final year project. Your supervisors have supervised you. There's value. There's value. So our role is to make sure you know how to get that value to the listeners so that they understand whether they should invest in you or they should actually channel you to somebody else who can get value from your work. Yeah. If I may share right now, at this point in time, our company is also currently looking at ideas to be channeled to Selangor agencies. Yeah. So whatever we do for this particular program, it doesn't end just like that. Yeah. We're capturing the data, we're feeding it back to the Selangor state. So 1, they know who is capable, who needs additional training, who needs resources. 2, whose projects can add value to the Selangor state. That is why we're doing this, yeah? Yeah, that's why we're doing this. We're not going to stop at the end of 9 days. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. We've done the training. Bye-bye. We're not stopping there. We'll be taking a look at your projects. For your information, we've been doing this particular project for the past month, actually more than a month with Unicel. We've already identified about 10 projects we can channel to multiple Selangor agencies. We want to see whether your project should be channeled straight on. Yeah? So please do your best. Do your best. Then after that, in the afternoon, late afternoon, 3:50, you will have your first workshop. You will have your discussion with your mentors. How you perform in the seminar, what exactly was the value? Do you understand the value of your project? Yeah. And then you will actually understand from the mentor, because these are industry mentors. They have had experience in industry, or they have experience pitching to industry, securing resources. Yeah. So ask your mentor questions. What does the industry look for? What exactly do they not look for? what will they say if they listen to my presentation? So rely on your mentor. But bearing in mind, your mentors are mentors, yeah. They are not trainers. Trainers are people like myself, like Mr. Hamdi, Mr. Muiz, yeah, Dr. Juslinda. These are mentors. They have experience. Ask them questions. Ask them for information. Hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? Yes. Then tomorrow morning we'll start early. We'll start early. Well, not after subuh lah, but after slightly later after your breakfast. So we'll start the first module, improvisation. How you control your breathing, because in a lot of cases we find presenters, especially technical presenters, forget how to control their breathing. You don't control your breathing, you don't have oxygen, how are you going to do the job lah? How are you going to present? Yes. So that's the first module. Then at 9:30, we'll talk about the third module, word domain. How are words used in this industry and academia? How do they differ? And how do you actually get buy-in, leveraging on your words? This is very important because you need to understand what words you should use, what words you should not use. Yeah. Essentially changing lah, presenting to academic, presenting to industry. How do they differ? Then at 11 a.m., we'll talk about persona and messaging. What are personas? And how do you select one that matches the message you want to deliver? Because each and every one of you, your projects are different. There's a certain value, but that value is related to a different element. How do you select personas that matches that element? Because if it matches, okay lah. If it does not match, habis. I'll give you one example, yeah? I'll give you one example. Now let me stop sharing sekejap. Then I'll start sharing afterwards. Let me just stop sharing for a while and share with you an experience. Yeah. I was the chief judge for the ASEAN level Speak Out for Engineering competition. So we had finalists coming from all countries of ASEAN, yeah. So one presenter, unfortunately a finalist from Malaysia, came in and spoke about how Formula One created better and better safety equipment for passenger cars. Sounds good. Unfortunately, when the presenter started, the presenter selected slides that showed Formula One accidents where people died. There were fatalities. So there was doesn't show the dead body lah. Kalau tunjuk itu saya naas lah macam tu kan. So show the picture, the car was wrecked. And then the presenter did this. Bearing in mind, this is ASEAN level. We were going to select a representative from ASEAN to be sent to the UK to represent us. This presenter did this. Okay, you look at the screen. Look at the screen. This is what the presenter did. So imagine here's the slide. Here's the slide. Mana dia? Okay, here's the slide. And the presenter said, showing a picture of an accident and said exactly like this. And then somebody died. And then somebody died. Next slide. And then somebody died. Kena ke? Kena ke cakap macam tu pasal orang mati? Does that make sense? Does that make sense to all of you tak? Tak kan? Ke Mustaqim? Macam mana? Make sense tak Mustaqim? Oh, Khairul Mustaqim. Tak kan?
No.
Kan? Nazaruddin, what do you think? What?
Tak make sense.
But why?
Sebab tak ada penerangan.
Sorry, can you repeat that please?
Tak ada penerangan. No explanation.
Okay, right. No explanation. And then in that intonation, with that very high pitch, and then somebody died. Yeah? When you select a persona, it's got to be congruent with the message you send. And that's one skill set that we will deliver to you. Yeah, you need to understand. If you're talking about something for safety, then select the proper persona, proper tone. Talking about safety. You're talking about something exciting. Technology that actually excites. Then use an excited persona. It's important. Your personality is your personality still. Okay, I'm starting the training pula dah. That's not my intent here. Cik Ainul gelak aja tu. Okay, so that's module 4. After lunch break tomorrow, we'll talk about self-awareness. This is very important. Being aware about yourself is key. When you're aware about yourself, then you are aware about what you are presenting. Especially the body language. Yes, not just the language, not just the words that you use, but the body language that you use to get your message across. And then module 6 will talk about spatial awareness. This is even more important when you're presenting online. Yeah, I'll give an example. Everybody take a look at Aiman's screen. Sorry, Aiman, making you an example. Kejap. Take a look at Aiman's screen. Aiman's smiling. Good. Aiman, you got a great smile, but take a look at your background. What color is it? Is it dark? Oh, Aiman, you can turn on your camera, your video, please.
Dark.
Dark, and then your microphone is dark. If you're presenting like that to an industry audience, what do you think they will think? Tak ada kopi lagi. But think about it. It's dark. Your background is dark. The industry audience will probably think, where are you? Are you not planning? Are you not preparing for this? Take a look at Muhammad Amir's background. It's brighter. The thing is, of course, you can see what kind of bed he sleeps on lah kan. And what kind of not what kind of motor, but what kind of helmet he used. Then when you see him at KUIS, you know lah, tu Amir tu helmet dia tu. Yes. So this spatial awareness is important when you're presenting, especially online. It's very important because it sends a message. A lot of times we don't care. When you're presenting to an industry audience, you should care. You should think about, okay, what message am I presenting? What is, yeah? So spatial awareness is important so that you are aware of the space around you that the audience is seeing. Audience is seeing, I mean, in front of you, there may be cats lah, there may be, I don't know what else kan, your mom being angry, what are you doing here? Kenapa tak mandi lagi? Something like that. So back to the slides, or rather to the schedule. Okay, so that is on Sunday, on Sunday. And then during the weekdays, we are going to have two mentoring sessions. One on a Tuesday, the other on a Thursday. Initially, we put a time window 5 to 10 p.m., but your mentors will communicate with you to talk about changing the window slightly. But it will be on Tuesday, on Thursday, where the mentors will help you with the cognition, in other words, the technical knowledge, cognition, your technical knowledge. How do you align that with para-language and language? Mr. Hamdi will actually talk about this at length. And communication chemistry. How do you measure your effectiveness of getting your message across? How do you measure whether the audience is listening to you or not? Especially online. What are the tricks? What are the tips? What are the methods that you can use? Yes. And during that, you will also be asked to actually give a critique of other presentations. Not critiquing, no. Critique. Critique is what's good, what's bad, what are the improvements. That's why if you look at the spelling, TICQUE, it's not TIC. There's a difference, yeah, critique. And then you will need to fill up a personal development plan. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses, what do you plan to do to improve yourself? Not just in the 9 days, but also later on. How do you intend to improve yourself further on? Yeah. So PDP, so you need to actually fill out that PDP and submit it on the Friday. Yes. It's your responsibility for the PDP. The PDP is very brief, but you are responsible to fill it up. Yeah. Then next weekend, next Saturday, we'll start with improvisation again, but this time audio, visual, and set. How do you make use of audio, visual, and the set design? This is a leaf from performing arts, from theatre. For your information, my background is mechanical engineering. My PhD was in innovation management, business, yeah. But I'm also very active in theatre, and we know theatre is important. Now, when you're doing an online presentation, is even more important, and that is the skill set that we will deliver next Saturday. Then at 11 a.m., this is the language domain. This is where Mr. Hamdi will actually come in. Earlier on, I should have mentioned module 3 as well, the word domain. Mr. Hamdi will actually deliver to you. Talking about how do you make use of language for delivery? What about congruence? How do you actually get buy-in? How do you actually form cohesive phrases? How do you actually tell the audience, okay, first I'm going to talk about this. Oh, hang on. Then next, I'm going to talk about something else. Now I'm going to emphasize. How do you signpost your talk? How do you put emphasis on your points? That's very important because in a lot of cases, technical graduates, they just talk like a train. Tapi nak pergi mana ni? Tak nampak, tak tahu. Ya, Aiman ya? Aiman Aim? I have to say, Aiman, compared to a lot of other participants, you are the best dressed on a particular morning I have ever seen. Kudos to you, man. Kudos to you. Boleh dapat kredit tambahan ke Encik Muiz? Kalau apa ni, proper dressing. Ke macam mana Encik Muiz? Aiman, are you listening to me at all? Oh, Aiman. Okay. Now I can see.
Yes, I see.
Yes, all right. Yeah. So good for you. Ms. Nazlifa as well. Okay, good for the two of you. So to module 8. And then after the lunch break, we are going to talk about reading your audience, a workshop. How do you read your audience, especially online? How? Because if you are, for example, for theatre performers, when we perform on stage, we cannot see the audience. The lights are very bright, tak nampak. So we have to rely on our other senses. So this workshop, how do you read the audience? How do you understand that the industry person is listening or not? That's why I ask all of you to turn on your cameras. Because one, I need to know who's here and who's just, log on tapi leave the computer with the camera switched off. Yeah. So some methodologies to read your audience. And then finally, workshop 3 in the evening of Saturday next weekend to prepare you for your day 9, your final day. Yeah, you prepare your slides and material. We're expecting only 5 to 6 slides, yeah, nothing more than that. Only 5 to 6 slides. Because the industry wants to know the value first. They are not interested in the nitty-gritty, the details, the data, not yet. They're not interested. If they're interested, they will ask. But first, you need to convince them that you know what you're talking about. Yeah? Okay. So participants stay here, yeah? Can we get participants from room 2 back here, ka? Participants in room 2 should come back here. So participants, don't go out yet. I'm not done yet. Please stay here. Yeah. So from workshop 4, for the preparations, then we will have the technical seminar. You will present to one industry assessor and a few mentors. Yeah, you will be presenting to individual industry assessor and mentors. So by the way, Encik Muiz, can you get the room 1 and room 2 participants back here? They're not supposed to be there yet. We need to finish this briefing first. Yeah. So
Right.
technical seminar, thank you. So technical seminar, you present. Now you present your technical skill set based on your final year project. Yeah. So you won't be presenting your final year project per se, you will presenting your skill set that you glean from your final year project. What is the value that your project did or what is the value that your project delivers to which stakeholders? Who will get value from that? So for that, so that's a technical seminar where you present that. And then at the end of the day, we will actually have a commentary and closing, some feedback from the assessors, from the industry assessors. These are people who are used to hiring people. So they know what they're looking for, they know what they are not looking for. So make use of them. So allow me to stop sharing this one and share with you what it is that we expect from you throughout this particular program. I think you would have received this document as a participant pack from KUIS. Yeah. So the focus here is we want you to understand what exactly is the innovation value chain because you are in it. You're already in it. What is the idea championing phase? How do you get resources for your ideas? What are the 3 main skill sets you need to make that effective? And in order to do that, there are deliverables. 1, you have to attend training on days 1, 2, 8, and 9. So today, tomorrow, next Saturday, next Sunday. Then mentoring sessions on days 4 and 6. You need to actually attend the mentoring session meant for day 4, which is a Tuesday, and day 6 on a Thursday. Then personal development plan. You need to develop your personal development plan, discuss with your mentor, and then submit it to them by day 7, which is a Friday. Yeah, by Friday. And then you present to industry assessors on the Sunday. Not tomorrow, but on day 9, next weekend. Now, a lot of people ask, how do I do this lah? Very simple. And in academics, when you write a paper, you have an abstract at the start of the paper. Those of you who have published or you have assisted your supervisor to publish, you will know this. An abstract really tells people what your expertise and your project was all about. What did you find? So similarly here, we want in one of your slides and then your presentation, first, Tell us what is your field of expertise, which is based on your FYP. Tell us what is your field of expertise in one sentence. Jangan merepek-repek. Industry has no time for merepek-repek. Then in 2 sentences, what is the industrial gap or problem that your FYP allows to solve? This is where you need to rewrite your FYP problem statement. You need to rewrite it. That's where your mentor input will help. Yeah, because currently it's slated for academics. The language must be changed. And this is where Mr. Hamdi's input will be very critical. The mentor's input will help you shape that. And then finally, one more sentence. Who are the people, the stakeholders, the organizations who will benefit from that? Because remember, you want to bring benefit. If you can't convince people that it has benefit, they will say, we're not interested. Then at the end, remaining time, you can actually talk about your FYP and convince the investors, the listeners, why they should invest into your expertise. Your expertise, yeah? Expertise. Not necessarily your behavior, your propensity, your expertise. So that is what we expect from you through this program. And the mentor will keep reinforcing this. Yeah. So that is essentially the message I want to deliver to all of you. I need you to stick to us like glue. Anything that's not clear, ask. You have your mentors there. Ask them to get clarification. Yes. Now, any other inputs? Any questions that you may have at this point in time? Ada pertanyaan? Ada pertanyaan ya? Okay, if there are no questions, now after this, we will be moving into rooms 1 or room 2. Now, who has no idea which room you have to go into? Can you please let us know?
Saya dah share dalam group Telegram. I've shared that. So
Alhamdulillah.
basically students are aware lah of it. They
Okay,
can
thank you,
refer their name. Which
Thank you,
room they need
Positif.
to go.
Super. Yeah. If you're not sure, if you're not clear, please refer to that document that Puan Siti has shared, or you can ask quickly lah. Yes. Yes. I can see even the mentors are getting pumped up right now, which is great. Lovely. Thank you, Mr. Rafizi. So you have Mr. Rafizi, Miss Aino, Miss Siti Maisara. Mrs. Siti Maisara was here just. Let me see now. Miss Siti Maisara. I think she was here just now. She was here this morning. Yes. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your kind attention. Let us now move into room 1 and 2 for you to actually share briefly about your final year project. Yeah. With that, thank you very much. Back to you, Puan Siti and Mr. Muiz.
Okay, so guys, you can leave the session and click on link to room 1 and room 2. Refer to document that Puan Siti already shared with you. So we can leave the session right now.
See you guys. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.